everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having an amazing day. I'm glad that you took a few minutes out of your day to spend with me talking about the Oura Ring Gen 4. Yes, this is the Gen 4. I just picked it up and it was a little bit of a journey for me. I'm going to tell you guys about that. Fairly new release. I think I was able to get it on launch day. I got mine through Amazon and you were able to put in a pre-order, but me thinking I'm smart, I waited until the day that it was released instead of pre-ordering it, because I noticed when I said pre-order, they added 2 days onto the delivery time, right? I know Amazon, I'm in the Dallas Metroplex, so I figured they may have them locally to me where I can get it either the same day or the next day instead of 2 days. I didn't know if I pre-ordered it and they gave me a 2-day turnaround time, if that would be bumped up or not. So anyway, in my mind, I was playing that game and it worked out, because the morning of release day, when I logged onto Amazon, I was able to do same day delivery. So I did get mine the actual date that they came out on Amazon. Now, let's talk a little bit about my journey. So I made a couple of videos. I think one of them should be posted about my purchase, my initial thoughts of the Oura Ring 3. And when I decided I wanted to try out the Oura Ring 3, I stalked Oura on Facebook, or rather they stalked me, because every time I looked up, there was an ad talking about the Oura Ring, right? So your girl used that as an opportunity to look at the comments and the reviews. Several people in those comments and reviews said, hey, is the Gen 4 coming out? And keep in mind that this was all about a month ago. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, probably a little bit less, but all of the replies from Oura said, nope, this is the latest one. There was no talk mention that an Oura Ring 4 was even in existence or even being created at the time. Based on that, I felt confident enough to go ahead and get the 3. I was able to get the perfect size for me based on what was available. Lo and behold, a little bit into that time, I want to say about a week, 2 weeks into that period of time, the Gen 4 was announced. And I feel like Oura just played in my face. I do, I really do. And this is why, even if they could not announce the release date, I felt they could have still said something along the lines of, yes, we're working on it, but there's no release date yet. And then said, you know, continue to talk about why the 3 was still the greatest option for now. But I feel like based on how they commented, and I can't go back and pull those ads now because of course they're not showing them anymore, they completely denied that there was a 4. I just felt like, well, you know, I understand some things are confidential, you can't talk about it all the time, but I felt like they completely denied it very recently that the 4 was even in existence, and then boom, less than a couple of weeks later, here we are talking about it. So that left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, not too much, but a little bit. I decided that I would return my Oura Ring 3 because I was still in the return window. I went back and forth with my decision to return it because I felt like, ooh, you had this ring, you wore it for a week or almost 2 weeks. It just felt a little grimy to me to return it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to returning things, but I've really kind of struggled with that. I came down to the factor, you know what, you're still within the return window. It is your right to return it. Look at how you feel like they did you by completely denying that this new one was in existence. So don't feel bad that you're returning it. That's the conclusion that I came to, and that's what I did. So I sent back the 3, picked up the 4, and here we are. Now that I got that out the way, let's talk about my initial thoughts of the 4. Physically and visually, not much has changed. Not enough for me to have wanted to jump from the 3 to the 4, because feature wise, it's not much different. But the reason I went ahead and jumped from the 3 to the 4 was because it's the latest technology, and I do believe that it's the latest technology that's going to get you better readings, better baselines, better data overall. I'm going to talk about this in a second, but with the removal of the epoxy, I think it was the epoxy interior at first, and now it's all titanium. With the removal of that, I felt like it would work to my advantage fit wise, which it did. Again, physically, it's kind of like the iPhone, you know. When's the last time we had a major physical facelift? It's been a while, right? They keep releasing them with these incrementally better features, and I feel like that's kind of what Oura Ring did for the from the 3 to the 4. So that being said, I still went with the 4, or I still wanted to go with the 4 because theoretically I felt like it should last me longer if I'm going to make this investment, and I don't intend on buying a new Oura Ring every year, hopefully not even every 2 years. My hope is that I can have this one for a little while, at least 2.5 years maybe, before I'll need to upgrade, hopefully. While we're talking about the physical nature of it, the charging base is a little bit more sleeker. I don't know, it's not a big deal to me. I still would have liked the case design where you can take the ring off, put it in a case and charge it and stick it in your purse or something, like if you are traveling. I've seen some of the other smart rings have like the charging case or the chargeable case, and I think that would have been a really great feature to have with the Oura Ring. You get a nice cable. I remember the previous one was black. Packaging, it's good. It's good. No problems there. It's still, you know, premium. Not a lot of bells and whistles, just straight to the point, which nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the fit. Originally, I was a size 7, and size 7 fit well. I wanted to wear it on this finger right here, this index finger, but the size 7, it was slightly tighter than I would have liked it to be in the Gen 3, and I think it was because of those little bumps on the interior. I could wear it easily on this middle finger, which I am left-handed, or my right hand index finger, but the desired place would have been the left hand index finger. However, since picking up the 4 and those little bumps on the inside are gone, it fits a lot better on the index finger. So I like being able to wear it here because now I'm not bumping the two against each other. It actually grew on me to wear it on this finger because I just thought it looked a little bit better visually, but it was kind of bugging me knowing that the two were potentially bumping up against each other. If your current size or the size that you like in the Gen 3 is just a little tight, it's still compatible for you to wear, but just a little bit tighter than you would like, theoretically, based on my experience, the 4 should be a little bit better because it's like you get a little bit more wiggle room, right? Charging time. We are supposed to get about a day of extra charging time with the 4 than we got with the 3. I personally have not seen a difference yet, simply because I have not owned the ring long enough, okay? I will say that my bar, the little circle in the app, it seems to be charged longer. I don't really have enough data to give you my real opinion on that yet. And again, it's only because I've only had the ring a few days now. Okay, now let's talk about data. I got this Oura Ring this week. Remember, it just came out. I want to say like the second night that I went to sleep with the 4, I started getting these readings that my temperature was elevated. I remember reading, I think I'm in a Facebook group for the Oura Ring, that says the feature that kind of forewarns you that you may be getting sick, it's going away. So I was like, oh, am I getting sick? But it's not telling me anymore, but it is telling me in its own way. Ultimately, I think that was the case because I did get sick. My temperature spiked each and every day. And my friend that's a nurse, she was like, well, you know, you could be ovulating too. And I said, yeah, and I think based on experience, it'll tell me if it thinks I am, but it didn't say that yet. The Oura Ring just telling me, hey, take it easy today, rest. It didn't say I was getting sick, but it did make sure to emphasize rest. I feel like if I had really listened to it and started really loading up on my vitamin C and my supplements and everything at that time, then I probably could have lessened the impact, but I was kind of going back and forth like, am I really getting sick? It kind of feels like it, but it kind of feels like allergies too. Your girl got sick, and you can probably hear it in my voice right now. But yeah, that was the case. That's what happened. And it did forewarn me. So thank you for the heads up, Oura Ring. Even though I didn't do anything about it, thank you for the heads up. Now, in talking about data, let's quickly talk about like the app, because the app is a little bit redesigned. For me, the jury's still out on it. Again, just referencing the Facebook group that I'm in, I'm hearing people say mixed things. Some people like it the previous way, some people like it the new way. I don't have an opinion yet. I guess if I had to make a decision, I'm kind of leaning more towards the new version of the app. I'm getting used to it. I wish it would tell me my actual body temperature instead of +3 or -3. I feel like that doesn't really tell me anything. I get what it's supposed to do. It's like zero point 0.3 higher or 0.3 lower than the baseline. Your girl needs the actual number. Just give me the number. But other than that, the app is cool. I don't like that you have to pay a subscription, but I think for what you get, it's okay, you know, especially if they're going to continue to pour into the app and the features that you get for it. I hear a lot of people saying I shouldn't have to buy the ring and then pay for the subscription. I look at that as kind of like buying a car, then saying you don't want to put gasoline in it, or, you know, whatever that supplement for you EV drivers charge it. I mean, like, it's okay. It's a reasonable investment for the technology if they're going to continue to pour into it. Now, say for instance, we stop getting these valuable updates and we stop getting this good data, and you can't really see where that subscription is going to, then I might reconsider it. But right now it seems to be justified based on the advances they are trying to make and get you better data time and time again. So I'm okay with that. So all in all, I am pleased with the Oura Ring Gen 4. I'm happy to have received it. And I really look forward to the technology that they seem to be committed to continuing to bring us in terms of data, readings, information that we can use to stay in the know about our health, and things that we can use to stay in the know about our health and wellness, okay? So I will keep you posted, but my initial thoughts is yay for the Oura Ring Gen 4. Now look, before you go, you gotta hit the subscribe button. I'm not letting you leave until you hit the subscribe button. But if you're not ready to subscribe yet, just drop a comment shouting me out, letting me know what you think about the Oura Ring, or if you enjoyed the video, okay? But that's all for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you next time.